This is how you make a delicious apple strudel that's sweet and tart in every bite. Instead of using one type of apple, use a mixture of apples so every bite is a little bit different, and it just gives you a really well-rounded flavor apple filling. For this recipe, we're going to need 8 to 10 apples. We're going to need a cup of fresh apple cider, which I got from the orchard. We're going to get that on high to bring that to a simmer. And to this, 2/3 of a cup of dark brown sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then 1 tablespoon of my pumpkin spice. I only use fresh squeezed lemon. You know, we're looking at 2 ounces. That was a nice juicy lemon. Fresh ginger. That just gives us a little bit more of that ginger flavor. And I'm going to cut myself a piece. I take a wider knife closer to the handle and I just tap it. Once I get it to start mashing, I just want to flatten it. Now I've exposed that. I want that in here too. And I'm going to fish that out once this has infused. We're going to keep it on a low heat. And this is going to be our thickener. I have 2 tablespoons cornstarch. And we'll give this a little stir. Now we've got this to a nice low simmer. And we only have to let that ginger go about as long as it takes us to do these apples. And I don't like to cut the apples and put them in lemon water. I like to cut them and use them right when I need them because I don't want them to oxidize. And I don't want to add any water to this recipe. I want this apple pie filling to be really appley, if that's even a word. We've extracted some nice ginger flavor out of there. See how nice and dark rich that is? And we just pull the ginger out all in one piece like this. Also, what I like to do is I like to cut my apples on my grater, and I like to use the blade end. And I just turn the apple as I go, and I get a nice thin slice that ensures that my apples cook really quickly. This is an apple filling that works great for pastries. It holds up to the heat. When it cools off and sets, it cuts beautifully. We're going to turn the heat on high on that. It's been about 4 or 5 minutes, and look how quickly that happened. So now we take our apple cider and our cornstarch slurry, and we mix that in. And it's going to be a little bit thinner than what it's going to look like when it's refrigerated, but we don't want it to be like Jell-O. We want it to still have a nice sauciness to it. You want to give this a good 1 to 2 minute cook, okay? You want to make sure that that starch is cooked out, because if you don't, it's going to give you that chalky feeling in your mouth. That's a beautiful apple filling. This is ready. It's done. We're just going to crack the corner a bit so it can steam off and put that in the refrigerator. Okay, so now we're going to make apple strudel. And here's one that I made 3 hours ago. Notice how it's set up. We take our phyllo